With the abundance of titles that are seeing a resurgence in recent times that take their inspiration from classic survival horror games, there is a lot to choose from, with a lot of them being developed as short experiences from indie developers that I genuinely think are worth a look at, that offer up something really interesting, that have all of the atmosphere, tension in abundance, that reflect classics of old. And this short experience that we'll be looking at here is Late Homework, where you play as a character under the name of Faniko, who has forgotten her schoolwork assignments and has to hand them in the next day. So she ends up venturing back into her local school late at night, only to realise that in order to find all of her assignments, the school itself becomes transformed into like a dark realm of sorts, almost like an alternate reality, where it becomes home to dark entities and creatures. The one thing I will say about this game from playing it, the graphics and the detail here are excellent. It really captures the vibe of classic survival horror games. Like if you've played games like the classic Resident Evil series, Silent Hill 1 and other games like it from that era, this game really does capture that abundance in all its glory. It really does. The game is just highly detailed and so atmospheric. If anything, it's one of the most atmospheric indie horror games that I've played in quite some time, and it's quite gruesome at different parts, which you'll find out if you play. But if you like exploration, this game has all of the attributes, from tank controls, dynamic or fixed cameras, and you have to search all of the different rooms and you'll have to check your map in order to find areas that you haven't gotten into in order to find the pieces that you need. And there are some puzzles along the way that you need to solve in order to gain access to more areas, all while having to deal with a creature that's lurking around the hallways looking for its next victim, and you want to try and stay out of its way at all costs, as if it does catch you, it is game over. And with this short experience, the aim is to find all of the pieces of your assignments so that you can hand them up the next day. But once you found them, you have to make it to the exit of the school, which can be tricky. But with a bit of practice, you will be able to achieve it. But for me personally, this is definitely one of the better experiences I've played in quite some time. And as the game is still currently in development, I'll leave links to the Steam page and itch.io page in the description. This game really does have potential to be taken even further, so it will be very interesting to see where this goes. While you don't have weapons per se, your main concept will be to run and hide from the monsters that chase you, and that's what makes the fear all the more frantic and panic inducing, as once you get close to the enemy monsters, once they're within the area, you know that they're there, so you have to wait a while until they've actually passed before it's safe enough to proceed. So you always have to be mindful of your surroundings, as one false move could be deadly. Again, this is a very interesting title. I highly recommend that you play it. Very enjoyable, very dark, very atmospheric. It is definitely one of a list of these games that are coming out that really captures all of that essence of classic survival horror down to a T. And like I said, it will be interesting to see where this can possibly go in the future, so definitely go check it out. And with that being said, this is just but one of many interesting titles that is currently in development that we are now seeing pop up that are inspired by classic games of old, with more of them that we have yet to discover and learn more about, which you can do so in this next video, so it might be worth checking out.